Baruch Hashem, we conclude another incredible week of learning 5 minutes of tefillah a day. Today we have an absolutely incredible piece. To utilize the words of Rav Pincus, he says we're going to learn today how we could change the teva. You could change the nature. You could take a woman without a womb. She's incapable of giving birth, and then she will have a child. You could take a person who is completely incapable of doing something and make it possible. And of course, we know the answer is we're middle of the topic of being itur, of davening again and again and again. But as we understand the depth of what this means, we'll come to appreciate how this could literally be miraculous, how it could transform, it could create a body organ. Sorry, Menu, the imahis, they were incapable of having children. And he explains, picking up from the previous piece, that there's something called a masmid in tefillah. Just like in learning, one wants to be a Talmud Chacham, it doesn't just mean putting in more hours. It means a different entity, it's more wisdom, it's more depth, it's the time, it's the exertion, it's all of the above. In tefillah, it's the same thing. And he says, Chazal in Ruach HaKodesh taught us, what should a person do and get wise? A simple question. The Chazal continue, Gemara Nida, what should a person do and get rich? A simple question. Says the Gemara, Yarbe Yeshiva. You want to be wise? Learn. And don't do a lot of business. Says the Gemara. Many people tried that. It didn't work. Says the Gemara, what should you do? Rather, you should daven from he that gives chachma, as the pasuk teaches us. What do we see from here? Without the tefillah, it's impossible to get the wisdom. If one wants to have money, says the Gemara, many people tried the business, but it didn't work. Says the Gemara, daven to he that gives parnasa. A without B does not work. It is an intrinsic detail to be matzliach in chachma, to be matzliach in wisdom, to be matzliach in anything is the davening again and again and again. He quotes Rav Chaim Vital, in case you're looking for more of a Kabbalistic source, who says that a tenai, a prerequisite for wisdom, is to cry as you daven. Crying, davening again and again and again. But now is where he comes to this incredible detail. And he says, Sari Menu had no womb. He says the Torah is ish, is fire. It's impossible to grasp fire. It's impossible for a woman without a womb to have a child. So what do? You need a daven. But now he explains the depth of why this works. He says, because when you daven, it's like a well. You have a well that you're digging deeper and deeper. Lachatzoiv klei kibul. You're digging the well. And he explains, how do we view this? We view that when you daven again and again, what's happening? We think the first tefillah didn't work. Maybe the second one will work. The second tefillah didn't work. Maybe the third tefillah will work. Says Rav Pincus, you got it wrong. When you're digging a well, what does every shovel do for you? Every single shovel does what? Makes it a bigger hole. Says Rav Pincus, every tefillah is widening that hole, is digging the well deeper and deeper. So you want the wisdom, you want the parnasa, you want the children. It's not just to daven again because, okay, the first time you didn't have kavanah, the second time you will have kavanah. That might be true too, but the depth of everything we're saying, and with this we can understand how we've been talking that each tefillah makes you closer to Hashem, that we're fulfilling Hashem's wisdom and word by davening, by coming closer to Him. But now this is so beautifully explained that if you want to have a deep well to fill with a lot of water, you got to make it wider and wider and wider. With each tefillah, what are we doing? We're making the well wider and wider, and then a person without a womb could have a child. One could understand Torah that is impossible. One could have Parnasa, which was impossible. Because with each and every continuous tefillah, it makes himself that clay kibble, that vehicle, a bigger, larger vehicle to accept more and more shefa and bracha and everything everyone wants.